The ATR-42 is a twin-turboprop, short-haul regional airliner built in France and Italy by ATR. ATR and some Airbus models have their final assembly in Toulouse, and share resources and technology. The name 42 comes from the aircraft's standard seating, which varies from 40 to 52. The aircraft was the basis for the ATR-72. Design and development. The ATR-42 Euro 300 was announced in 1981, making its maiden flight on August 16, 1984. French and Italian certification followed in September 1985 and its first revenue flight was in December with Air Littoral of France. This initial version of the ATR-42 was on production line until 1996. The next upgrade for product was ATR-42-320 differed in having the more powerful PW121 engines for better hot and high performance. ATR-42-300QC is a quick-change rate passenger version of the standard A300 series. The current production version is the A500 series. It is new generation aircraft with new engines, new propellers, improved hot and high performance, increased weight capacity and an improved passenger cabin. The 50-seat ATR-42 Euro 500 was first certificated in July 1995. As of December 2012, 422 ATR-42s had been delivered worldwide. Variants. There are 6 major variants of the ATR-42. ATR-42 Euro 200. The A200 was the original ATR-42 prototype and only a few were built for testing purposes. It was powered by Pratt & Whitney Canada PW120 engines rated at 1,800 shp. ATR-42 Euro 300. The A300 was the standard production version. This model was manufactured until 1996. It was powered by Pratt & Whitney Canada PW120 engines rated at 2,000 shp. ATR-42 Euro 320, the A320 was an improved version of the A300 powered by PW121 engines. It was designed to have better performance especially in hot and high conditions. ATR-42 Euro 400. The ATR-42-400 is an upgraded version of the A320 using 6-bladed propellers on otherwise identical PW121 engines. 3 ATR-42-400 were delivered to the government of Italy as the ATR-42 Surveyor version. The only 2 civilian ATR-42-400 produced were delivered to CSHX Airlines in 1995/1996 as an interim upgrade prior to delivery of -500s. In 2006 these 2 aircraft were sold to Conviasa. ATR-42 Euro 500. The ATR-42-500 is the current production version. The first delivery was in October 1995. It is a completely new design with many new improvements for performance and passenger comfort. It has new engines, new propellers, a newly designed cabin and increased weight capacity. It has 6-bladed propellers turned by PW127E engines rated at 2,400 shp for improved hot and high performance and greatly increased cruise speed. The engines are flat rated for +45°C. Propellers are electrically controlled and are made from composite. It has an increased maximum takeoff weight, allowing for more cargo and greater range. Due to the 6-bladed propellers and better insulation, it has a much reduced noise level inside the cabin. The newest version has CATII capability and dual Honeywell Heights 1000 FMS installation. ATR-42 Euro 600. On October 2, 2007, ATR CEO Station Copyright Fame Air announced the launch of the newer 600 series aircraft at a press conference held in Washington, D.C. The new ATR-42 Euro 600 and ATR-72 Euro 600 will feature technological enhancements to the current aircraft to increase its efficiency, dispatch reliability, low fuel burn and operating cost. It will include the new PW127M as standard engine, glass cockpit flight deck featuring 5 wide LCD screens that will replace the current EFIS. In addition, a multi-purpose computer will further enhance flight safety and operational capabilities. The new avionics, to be supplied by Thales, will also provide Cat 3 and RNP capabilities. It will also include the new lighter and more comfortable seats and larger overhead baggage bins. Using a temporary test registration FWWLY, the prototype ATR-42 a Euro 600 first flew on March 4, 2010. The first aircraft was delivered to Precision Air in November 2012. According to the ATR-42 and 72 EASA Type Certificate Data Sheet TCDSA 084, IS-3, October 17, 2012, ATR-42-600 is the manufacturer's marketing designation of ATR-42-500 aircraft model with the NAS modification installed. The ATR-42-600 marketing designation is not recognized by EASA as any new certified aircraft model or variant, and must not be used on ATR-certified approved documentation, where only Mod 5948, ATR-42-500 with Mod 5948, ATR-42-500 fitted with NAS, or ATR-42-500-600 version must be indicated. Other versions, cargo varianter, bulk and ULD freighter. An STC exists to convert all ATR-42 variants to all cargo transport aircraft. FedEx, Avions, UPS, and DHL are major operators of the type. ATR Surveyor. The ATR-42 Surveyor is a maritime patrol version of the A400, VIP transport and in-flight inspection versions of the A500 also exist. Specifications. Operators, civil operators. The largest operators of the ATR-42 are FedEx Express, Airliner, TRIP Liners or Copyright Res, and Mexico City-based Aerei respectively. Number of aircraft as of 2010. Some 70 other airlines operate smaller numbers of the type. Military and government operators. A Colombia, Colombian Air Force, Colombian National Police, a Gabon, Gabonese Air Force, an Italy, Italian Coast Guard, Guardia di Finanza, a Libya, Libyan government, a Nigeria, Nigerian Air Force. 2 ATR-42 MPs, delivered between 2009 and 2010. Accidents and incidents. There have been a total of 23 hull losses of ATR-42s. On October 15, 1987, an Aerei da Trasporto Italiane ATR-42 a Euro 300 crashed on Conca di Crezzo, Italy during flight from Milan Linate to Cologne Bonn Airport, Germany. All 37 on board died. Icing conditions existed. On August 21, 1994, Royal Air Maroc Flight 630 crashed into the Atlas Mountains, killing all 44 people on board. It was claimed the pilot deliberately disengaged the autopilot and crashed the aircraft. On July 30, 1997, Air Littoral Flight 701, an ATR-42 a Euro 500, overran runway 23 at Peretola Airport in Italy after a flight from Nice-Cartier-Dizzer Airport in France. One of the crew was killed out of the 3 crew and 14 passengers. The aircraft was written off in the accident. On October 11, 1999, an Air Botswana captain boarded an ATR-42 a Euro 320 aircraft at Gaborone Airport and took off. Once in the air, he asked by radio to speak to President Festus Mogae, Air Botswana's general manager and others. In spite of all attempts to persuade him to land and discuss his grievances, he stated he was going to crash into aircraft parked on the airport apron. After a flying time of about 2 hours, he performed 2 loops and then crashed at 200 knots into Air Botswana's 2 other ATR-42s parked on the apron. The captain was killed, but there were no other casualties. He had been grounded on medical reasons, refused reinstatement, and re-grounded until February 2000. On November 12, 1999, Fly Flight 3275, an ATR-42-312 registration FOHFV, was on a flight from Rome Ciampino Airport in Italy to Pristina International Airport to Dum-Jashari in Kosovo, operating on behalf of the UN. The aircraft crashed into a hill near Mitrovica in Serbia as it was making a turn to the left. The accident killed all 24 passengers and crew on board. On October 11, 2000, An ACES Columbia ATR-42-500 registered as VPBOF was destroyed when it collided with a Boeing 727 of the same airline while taxiing at El Dorado International Airport in Bogotá, Colombia. There were no fatalities. On September 14, 2002, a total Liners or copyright Res ATR-42-312 registration PTMTS on a cargo flight between Sao Paulo Guarulhos and Londrina crashed while en route near Paranapanema. The crew of 2 died. On February 21, 2008, Santa Barbara Airlines Flight 518 crashed in the Andes near Mar Copyright Rider, Venezuela, during a flight from Mar Copyright Rider to Simon Bolivar International Airport in Caracas. The aircraft was carrying 43 passengers and 3 crew. All died. May 8, 2008, a Euro N904FX and N905FX, 2 parked ATR-42-320, were written off after they suffered substantial damage at Piedmont-Triad International Airport when the airport was hit by an EF2 tornado. On January 27, 2009, an Empire Airlines ATR-42 freighter under contract to FedEx Express crashed on landing at Lubbock Preston Smith International Airport at 4:37 Central Time. The aircraft, which had been traveling from Fort Worth Alliance Airport, landed short of the touchdown zone and skidded off the runway amid light freezing rain. There was a small fire and 2 crew members were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. On February 11, 2010, Trigana Air Service Flight 168 made a forced landing in a paddy field at Bone, Indonesia. 2 people were seriously injured. On September 13, 2010, Conviasa Flight 2350 crashed 10 kilometers west of Manuel Carlos Piar Guiana Airport, Ciudad Guiana, Venezuela, on a domestic scheduled passenger flight from Del Caribe Santiago Maria +or-O International Airport, Paula Mar, Isla Margarita. Of 51 passengers and crew on board, 34 survived the accident while 17 died. On June 9, 2012, ATR-42 OKKFM named Benia of, operated by Czech Airlines, burned in a hangar at Prague-Ružina Airport following an explosion. The machine was a total hull loss. On October 19, 2013, ATR-42-300 P2PXY of Air Niugini suffered an engine fire on takeoff from Madang Airport, Papua New Guinea. The takeoff was rejected but the aircraft overran the runway and ended up in a creek. All 3 crew were injured and the aircraft was substantially damaged by the fire, which spread to the starboard wing. See also: Related development, ATR-72, aircraft of comparable role, configuration and era, Antonov An-140, Bombardier Dash 8, Dornier 328, Embraer An-120 Brasilia, Fokker 50, Ilyushin Il-114, Saab 340 and 2000, Sukhoi Su-80, Xi'an MA-600, references, notes. Bibliography, Jackson, Paul. Janes All the World's Aircraft 2003 Euro 2004. Coulston, UK, Janes Information Group, 2003. ISBN 0-7106-2537-5. Taylor, Michael J. H. Brasses World Aircraft and Systems Directory 1999/2000. London, Brasses, 1999. ISBN 1-85753-245-7. External links, official site.